Good afternoon, everybody. Today we are going to learn how to create an event in IWP. So what exactly is an event and what does it do? So the event content type is used to promote upcoming events, provide detailed information about what the event is, when it will take place, who will be involved, where it will occur. It supports complex event management, including registration, certifications, sessions, sponsorships, and evaluations. Users can filter events based on their relevance, interests, or location. Just so you guys know, I'm going to create a fun event. In my spare time, I play Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm going to create a D&D event just for, like I said, for fun. So you log into IWP, you go to content, and we're going to go to the type of event we want this event. We're going to add new content. I'm going to click on event, and wait for a second, and let's get started. All right, so first thing we need to do is the event title and the details. And the event title is obviously, you see by the asterisk, it's required. So the main title of the event, which is used to generate the page's URL and display in the site navigation and the breadcrumbs. So as I said, I'm going to do a D&D event. So it's going to be Heather's Delightful Day of D&D. So we got that. Okay, so the custom slug, which is a question mark, populate to customize the part of the URL that identifies your content. If left blank, your title will be used. So we're just going to leave it blank because I'm happy with that. Next, we have to move on to the event type. Now, select the type of event from a drop-down. It could be a conference, a webinar, or a workshop. And I think we're going to use it as it's going to be training. It's going to be like a workshop or a training and everything like that because I'm just going to make it fun. Next, we're going to have to use the sliders. Is it going to be in person? Are there going to be certifications available? Is it going to be statewide? Now, the thing that you need to know, if the statewide slider is on, please make sure it's appropriate as it will display on the UCANR homepage if you slide this on. Um, Please do not include events like local meetings or affiliate events. So I'm just going to keep it as an in-person event. Now we got to pick the date. I'm gonna make it for next week, and I'm just gonna make it an all-day event. You can pick the start and end time. Um, like I said, I'm just gonna make it an all-day event. Scroll down next to the event description. Now, the event description is basically like it's a brief teaser description of the event. Use edit summary link to populate this displays in the teasers, which are used for the content hub. Please note that if the summary is not populated, you will need to click the edit summary link to split out the summary to edit separate from the event description. So basically, um, this is what I'm going to do. I had something pre-populated. And the long description of the event, the purpose of the event, the schedule, how much are tickets, etc. These are things that people are going to want to know about what's going to go into this section. Next, we don't have an image yet. So um, I added some stuff previously. Obviously, I mentioned before it's going to be a D&D thing, and I borrowed some stuff from Pexels. Picture this one for the dice. I'm going to insert the selected. Give it a second to load up. And then here's the description and everything like that. So the next part, we're going to scroll back up and we need to get into registration. Now, registration details. Basically, the information can be found on this page. Like, what kind of information do you need to tell your people? Provide the information on how to register for the event. So, this is a made-up event, so I just basically put in the registration information can be found on this page. Next is going to be the venue, the display name of the venue where the event can take place. For example, the UCANR Davis building. And we're going to pretend like this is a place that exists and it's going to be Heather's House on the Hill. So you can make where it is, obviously, so like the venue address. You need the street address, the city, the state, the zip code, and the county drop down. Select where the county will be held. So let's get into Little known fact, I am Canadian, so I'm just going to have some fun with this. And I'm going to make it in Canada. And I'm just going to say it's 123. It's a made up Addy. My hometown is Kingston, Ontario. So I'm going to make it in the town here. And if there's a registration fee, this is where you would put it right here. So I made it a penny. Now you're going to have a registration deadline. When do people, the final date and time for the participants to register? So usually I said it was next week. Probably you want to have a deadline maybe the day before next week, and then a time probably like midnight, maybe. Okay, now we need a URL where people are going to register. So this is just a page where I made a previous training collection page. And then the link text is the text for the registration link. All right, so we scroll back up. And now we're going to get into the event contacts, and we add the event contact, which would be me. And the title would be probably something like, since I did say it was a D&D event, made a D&D coordinator. This is my email address and just a made up phone number. Obviously, you're going to have real real things filled up here. Now we're going to move on to sessions. Now, sessions, obviously the title is required. Going to add events, add your sessions. Second. Okay, the session title is definitely required. Hold on 2 seconds here. And what I talked about before was I said it was a D&D type thing. So the session event that I'm going to do is make a character sheet with my coworker, my friend Natalie. And the session date obviously is going to be the day of the event. We're going to say it's around, because who wants to go super early in the morning? We're going to say it's around noon. Scroll back to one. There we go. And we're going to say it's about an hour. It's going to be about an hour. Perfect. Or you can make the session all day. It just depends on how you want. And I mentioned before that it's Heather's house on the hill. And then you can also, if you wanted to add pictures of what your session's going to be, you can add more pictures. I mentioned before. Ooh, sorry, this is opening up onto another page. I'm just going to add one that's over here. You can't see that right now. Okay. And the title is going to be D&D description, open flasks. Okay. And you can have the session description however you wanted it to go. For this, I pre-selected, I have something written out on the other side over here. You can type in whatever you want. And for what I had written was enjoy an afternoon session where Natalie assists you with creating a customized character sheet for your new D&D character. And the presenter's name is Natalie Conrad. And her title is D&D enthusiast. I think I spelled that right. Yes. And you can even put in a bio about the presenter if you want. Expert Character and World Builder can teach you all that you need to know. And then if you want to add more photos and upload more things like that, you can. Next, you can get into sponsorships. And for each added sponsor, you can populate the following field. Now, I'm not going to get into sponsorships and everything because that's more in depth. Sponsorships, it's the name of the sponsor, link to the sponsor's web page, and you can upload logos, titles from the sponsorships form, sponsorship descriptions, a brief overview what the sponsorship entails, sponsor form URL, provide the link to the sponsor's form, and link text and the form's in URL. You can even go into tagging. This section allows to tag the content for easier discoverability and categorization. Tags um, can be used to group the page with similar content. For example, counties, Alameda, programs, master gardeners, cultural practices, settings, forests. You name. You can get very, very specific, and you can get like more drilled into it and everything. Even remote content. This is an option to link the page to an external URL, including external events, such as those hosted in Eventtree, allowing users to navigate to a resource not hosted on the UC ANR. This is useful directing users to external resources or partner websites. Please note, when you enable remote content, it will not direct you to that URL when you are logged in, so you can edit however web visitors will be directed. Just to let you know. All right, so after you're done all of this, get back to the event details. You save everything. Give it a second. And in the end, you have created an event. You can register now. You can see the price. You can see the venue, where you need to go. You can add it to your calendar, the date and time. This is an in-person event, everything about it, the agenda, everything like that. So I hope you had a good session and tune in next time. We'll have another video up soon.